Do you think he's the championship piece for your Dallas Cowboys?
Forget it. And I'm not saying that he's going to have a negative impact on the Dallas Cowboys. I like Michael Bennett as a person and as a player. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying that he's not the missing ingredient to success. Their issue is not him. Their issue is not their defensive line, per se, in my estimation. When you think about the Dallas Cowboys, you got to pay attention to that secondary. And offensively, you got to pay attention to their, their quarterback and their receivers.
Forget it. He's not going to win the Super Bowl. But to me, it's not even about the Cowboys. This is about the Eagles. If you're a Philadelphia Eagles fan right now, Chris Long retires, so you trade Bennett. You do a deal with Bill Belichick. Usually, if Bill Belichick comes knocking, hey, I'll give you a 5th-round pick for this guy. I'll see you. I'll talk to someone else. And now Belichick's turning around and trading him to the Cowboys. Somehow you need a pass rush. Your guy retired, and the other guy you traded is going to play for your divisional rival. I would be hot if I was an Eagles fan right now.
Yeah.
Patriots host the Cowboys November 24th. What do we got here next? Book it or forget it, Max. The Patriots will beat the Browns by more than 2 touchdowns.
Forget it.
You're still on that train?
Yeah, I think the Browns have a sneaky good shot at an upset here.
No.
Yep, I do. The Patriots have played an awful schedule. The only good team they played are the Bills. They probably should have lost that game, and otherwise they haven't played an NFL team. The Browns are very talented. Odell's not going, even with Gilmore shadowing him, he's not going to be quiet all season. There's a lot of pressure on that team to succeed. They have too much talent to be terrible all year. I'm not going to pick them to win, but they'll definitely beat the spread.
You kind of just
What's
picked
the
them to
spread?
win. 2 TDs.
That's a lot. I'm going to go with it. Book it. Here's the reason why. And I'll acknowledge there's some trepidation on this part. I think that the Browns could lose a close game. But I'm going to book it because I want to see more. And here's the thing. Freddie Kitchens against Bill Belichick might be the biggest mismatch of this entire NFL season. Freddie Kitchens against Bill Belichick. And with Baker Mayfield being an interception waiting to happen against that defense.
That's why you guys, I'm surprised by your response right now. I'm like, am I missing something? This is in New England.
Listen, this is New England.
Number 1 defense.
But it's 2 touchdowns. That's the only reason why. Everybody thinks that New England's going to win. You could say 7 to 10 points. But when you say 2 touchdowns, that's a lot. But I'm still going to book it because I think that defense is going to rattle Baker Mayfield and confuse Freddie Kitchens.
Look.
Sam Darnold saw ghosts.
Yeah, no doubt. Sam Darnold, and by the way, you're right, because Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, same draft class, another young quarterback. But the Browns have so much more talent than the Jets. When you look at the teams the Patriots have played, literally
I agree with
one
the schedule's
good
weak.
team.
Yeah,
and they probably, and if that quarterback isn't in concussion protocol, there's a good chance they lose to the only good team they played.
But your argument goes out the window because you normally pick the Patriots to come out of the AFC. So no matter how weak their schedule is, come playoff time, they're not going against a weak team.
If you're asking me who do I think is better, I think the Patriots are better for the same reason you do.
They're in Foxborough.
And also the coach and everything. But what I'm saying is when you smell an upset sometimes, even though Belichick prepares the guys for a different team and they're always on their game and everything,
ride that train.
it'd be hard not to underestimate the Browns in these circumstances. And the Browns are playing for a lot right now.
Okay. Book it or forget it. The Texans will blow out the Raiders.
No, I'm going to say forget it. I don't think it's a blowout. I think Deshaun Watson is obviously very gifted. They struggled a little bit last week. I'm still not sold on Bill O'Brien. I think the Texans could win this game, but I'm certainly not going to assume that the Raiders are going to be blown out. I think that Mike Mayock and John Gruden are doing a good job, and I think that they've got the Raiders back in a competitive mode. Give credit where credit is due in that regard. I think this will be a relatively close game, although I think the Texans will win.
Max, book it. Oh, sorry, you didn't answer.
I would book it, actually. I don't like the Raiders' pass defense. And when you have Deshaun Watson and DeAndre Hopkins going against you, better have a good pass defense. I smell a blowout here, actually.
All right, book it or forget it. Will Russell Wilson throw for over 200 yards?
200 yards? Book it.
Yeah.
Book it.
Yeah.
That ain't even a
That's
question.
an easy one. All right, book it or forget it. The Saints should start Drew Brees Sunday against the Cardinals. Now, keep in mind.
In the first half, by the way. Against the Falcons? 200 yards in the first half, should say.
But keep in mind, it's the Cardinals this week, and then they have the bye. and then it would be the Falcons. So do you think they should start him?
I don't think they should start him. I think they should sit him. And listen, they're not going to jeopardize him. They wouldn't put Drew Brees in unless he was 100% because when you're 5-0 with Teddy Bridgewater, what's the urgency to put Drew Brees in? So obviously, if you're bringing him back, it's because you believe he's 100%. My point is, what's the harm in waiting a couple of more weeks? You got Arizona. You can win without him. You've got a bye week after that. That's 2 full weeks more that you can utilize that to rest and strengthen that thumb area as well. And I say that's the path I think that they should go in. I don't think that they should bring Drew Brees back now.
Easily book it for them to play, for them to sit Brees and start Brees. So I'm going to say forget it, because there's no downside to starting Bridgewater. If you win, you give Drew Brees this week and the bye. Nice long rest. And what's been the criticism of Drew Brees? Like last year, he wore down as the season wore on in the playoffs. So you have a fresh Drew Brees going forward. And even in terms of like quarterback controversy, because usually if a guy goes 6-0, he keeps the job, but it's Drew Brees in New Orleans. On the other hand, if Teddy Bridgewater loses to Arizona, he's 5-1. You're sitting at 6-2. And now there's not that there would be a controversy anyway, but now it's very clear Drew Brees is getting the ball back when he comes back nice and healthy. Forget playing Drew Brees against the Cardinals. Bad idea.
All right, book it or forget it, Max. Saquon Barkley will be the best player on the field when the Giants face the Lions.
Saquon Barkley will be the best player on the field whenever he steps onto the field in any game. Who's better than Saquon Barkley? Book it.
Book it.
Okay.
Ain't nothing complicated about that. He's special.
Book it or forget it, Stephen A. The Panthers will end the 49ers' undefeated season.
Forget it. This is in San Fran. Oh, outside of San Fran, about an hour away from San Fran.
St. Clair Stadium.
But I would tell you, I would say forget it. If they were in Carolina, I might have a different feeling about this. But in San Fran, I don't think that's going to be the case.
I'm right with you. Book it. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.